Name's Jon, from Kings Stag Joinery. We're based in Dorset in the UK, so down on the south coast. We've got a relatively large joinery workshop, and we also do a bit of carpentry. We've got a team of two or three fitters and four joiners in the workshop. And I'm basically just sort of niching down a little bit more into the windows and doors sector. And yeah, we just literally gone to a limited company.
What was business like before joining the program?
Just sort of word of mouth, or we've done a bit of advertising in a few local papers, but we never done anything on Facebook really. I mean, we had our page set up and we were just sort of putting the odd post out here and there. But nothing, certainly no paid ads or any campaigns or anything like that. Bumped into Shane, everyone was recommending them, so we thought we'd give them a go. And here we are.
What was it that made you actually pull the trigger and sign up?
Well, I just think, like I say, I just wanted to get some more leads in, build our Facebook page up, get a bit more of an online presence, a bit more of a sort of, get the sort of likes up and the followers up, make it look a bit more sort of credible, doesn't it, really? I think always sort of really sort of pushed it to one side, really. I was a bit sort of, I knew it was something you could do, but just sort of, like you say, always busy on the tools. It never really sort of had the time to sort of work it out, really. When we bumped into you, it was easier just to get on and sort it out, really.
How has your business improved since joining the program? What were some of the key takeaways that have benefited your business the most?
Filter out the ones that actually want a job doing, as opposed to the ones that are just sort of fishing for prices a lot of the time, aren't they? But yeah, as picked up, the work's picked up, and like I say, we're always getting inquiries, so it's always a bit worrying when you got a lot of overheads that you're not getting any inquiries in. So it's certainly picked up that side of things. So there's sort of plenty of work out there.
So you've got how many full-time staff? You've got 4 joiners, 3 fitters, then there's yourself, and you probably have someone in an admin or something like that.
Yeah, I do quite a bit of it myself, but my wife helps out a bit.
So you've got 8 or 9 staff, and then you've got the vans, you've got machinery. So yeah, you need to make sure that you've got a healthy pipeline at any stage.
Yeah, we're always sort of 5 to 6 months ahead of ourselves. So
you would have started out just as a one-man operation.
Yeah, so when I left my full-time employment, I started out just subcontracting for people in a van, just like carpentry. Then I slowly built up my machinery from a joinery workshop, and we moved into a little unit to start with, and then we moved again into some bigger premises where we are now, just trying to set up a bit better, and probably looking to move the offices and all that down there at some point in the next sort of 6 months. So I'm sort of on site all the time then, really. Do a bit in the workshop and then go back up to the office and carry on with the pricing and the admin side of things.
From starting from one man in a van to where you are now, seriously.
Yeah, a lot of people say it really. It's sort of good that you've got on and expanded and that. Just sometimes perhaps could have done it a bit quicker, but we're getting on all right, I think.
Yeah, you're doing good. You are. And a lot of that is just down to your own your outlook and your willingness to reach out and acquire knowledge where you need it.
Yeah.
Whether it's joining different programs or courses or reaching out to people that can actually help you out.
Yeah, it's always good to try something new and see where it gets you, isn't it? Otherwise, I think, like you say, you just follow the same rut otherwise, don't you, if you're not careful?
That's what keeps people stuck, is they keep doing the same stuff and expecting different results year after year. They have plans. Next year I'm going to have an extra van on the road. I'm going to get the profit margins up. I'm going to get this, that, and the other. But that's all well and good. But you have to put a plan in place, and you have to get systems in place, and you've got to follow it. Especially in the industry you're in, to get off the tools, to actually work on the business rather than working in the business. How are you finding since the rebrand? How are people taking to the new brand name?
Yeah, it's been really positive actually. We've got ourselves quite a good logo. Everyone's talking about that. Obviously, I kept the same phone number, so that wasn't too bad. We changed our emails in line, got all the social media in line. So I think a lot of people just sort of, they're calling the same number at the end of the day. Just might be a different voicemail on the end of the message. But because we working on a sole trader. We changed it into a limited company. The name that we had wasn't available to register. I could have tweaked it a little bit, and also all our social media platforms were different. We all had the slightly different abbreviations in the names, and so I thought, right, we'll just cut ties with it. We'll put a location to the business, and everything was available on the same social media name wise. So we just went for it, really.
That's one really important thing, is that everything has to be uniform. Online, offline, the branded clothing that you're wearing, the van, your email address, your Facebook, website, Instagram, all that stuff has to be the same name, uniform throughout.
Yeah, so like I say, we've got all that now, but before we had, we might have had a few underscores and a few exclamation marks or whatever to make the name up. But yeah, we got there in the end.
It's much more sophisticated, professional looking. So just going back to the program, would you recommend the program to other business owners that are maybe running a similar type business to yourself?
Definitely, yeah, 100%, yeah.
What would you say to other business owners that are maybe interested in the program, but they're somewhat hesitant about making the move, pulling the trigger and getting on board?
I think it's just something you need to get on with, really. I mean, everything's constantly moving online. I think one of the days you can just advertise in the back of a paper. But I think a lot of people, a bit more of the older generation, are a bit more reluctant to sort of, well, like I say, it's just trying something new, isn't it, really, all the time? But you need to get on and get it done.